As the world watches the Middle East with white knuckles, a new alliance is forming behind closed doors, and it's happening fast.
Russia, China, and Iran are meeting this Tuesday in Moscow, launching a diplomatic end run around President Trump's high-stakes ultimatum over Iran's nuclear program.
Trump has made it crystal clear.
Strike a deal or face devastating consequences. Now Tehran is turning to two of America's biggest rivals, with one quiet player, Oman, stepping in to mediate.
So what's really happening behind the scenes? Will this tripwire the next great war or sidestep it?
Let's break it down.
Chapter 1. Trump's Red Line.
First, the backdrop.
Trump has escalated pressure on Iran with a clear ultimatum: renegotiate a tougher nuclear deal, or face massive U.S. military retaliation. If Iran refuses to talk, the bombs are ready, one source close to the administration told Bloomberg. This isn't empty rhetoric. Trump pulled out of the 2015 JCPOA deal years ago.
Sanctions have crippled Iran's economy.
But now, Trump is signaling a return on one condition:
Total Iranian compliance.
no hidden enrichment,
No missile development.
full inspections. Iran calls it blackmail. Trump calls it peace through strength. Chapter 2. Enter Moscow.
Now, Russia is stepping into the vacuum.
This Tuesday, Moscow will host high-level trilateral talks with China and Iran, officially to reduce tensions over Iran's nuclear ambitions. But don't be fooled. This isn't neutral mediation.
It's a geopolitical counterplay.
Moscow wants to undercut U.S. leverage, keep Iran from fully aligning with the West, showcase Russia as a diplomatic power broker.
Russian Foreign Ministry spokesman said,
We are ready to do all we can to cool tensions and prevent escalation.
Translation:
We'll slow things down, but on our terms. Chapter 3. China's calculated move. China's role in the talks is just as strategic. Beijing wants continued access to Iranian oil, stability for its Belt and Road projects,
leverage over U.S. policy through Middle East entanglement.
By joining the Moscow summit, China signals that it's ready to defend Iranian interests, but only if it helps counterbalance U.S. dominance. Beijing doesn't want war, but it doesn't want Trump to walk away with a win either.
Or Chapter 4. Iran's new responsible offer.
Iran isn't just showing up to talk.
They're showing up with a plan.
According to the Iranian Foreign Ministry, Tehran has submitted what it calls a
responsible, generous, and wise counteroffer to Trump's outreach. No details have been released, but sources say the proposal includes
a cap on uranium enrichment,
reinstatement of IAEA inspectors,
a new timetable for sanctions relief.
It's not surrender.
It's a diplomatic olive branch with leverage baked in. Chapter 5. Oman, the quiet kingmaker. Meanwhile, a wild card emerges: Oman.
Iran says Oman is now the main candidate to broker nuclear negotiations with the United States. Why Oman? Neutral ground.
Strong ties to both Washington and Tehran. History of successful mediation, 2013 secret talks. If Oman succeeds, they could engineer the most important back-channel diplomacy since the Cold War. Think of them as the Swiss of the Gulf. Chapter 6. Why Russia and China want to stall the deal. Don't mistake cooperation for unity. Russia and China are not trying to help Iran strike a deal with Trump. They're trying to stall it long enough to build alternative alliances, undermine American influence, extract more economic concessions from Iran. In other words, let Iran negotiate from a position of desperation, but not collapse. It's strategic tension management, not peace building. Chapter 7. The military threat is real. Make no mistake, if the talks collapse, the war drums will beat louder. U.S. military assets in the Gulf are already on high alert. Aircraft carriers in the Persian Gulf. Long-range bombers stationed in Qatar. Covert ops and cyber teams deployed. Israel has also made it clear, if Iran reaches breakout capability, it will act. Trump's threat isn't just political. It's backed by firepower and history. Chapter 8. The regional chessboard. Let's look at the board. Iran, cornered but defiant. U.S., demanding total compliance.
Russia, playing mediator for strategic gain.
China, seeking energy leverage. Israel, watching with missiles loaded. Oman, trying to avoid a firestorm. Any wrong move, and the entire region goes up. But a deal? That would change everything. Chapter 9. What a deal could look like. Let's game it out. A successful Trump-Iran deal could include
full reinstatement of UN inspections,
strict caps on uranium enrichment below 3.6%, sunset clauses extended by 15-20 years,
gradual sanctions relief tied to verified compliance, no missile testing or foreign militia funding.
But Trump won't settle for symbolism. He wants real measurable limits and a big win he can announce. The question is whether Iran, with Russia and China whispering in its ear, is willing to give him that. Chapter 10. Final Thoughts. This week's meeting in Moscow isn't just another round of diplomatic theater. It's a strategic response to an American ultimatum.
Iran, Russia, and China are trying to buy time, reshape the diplomatic terrain,
prevent Trump from dictating the future of the Middle East. Meanwhile, back-channel talks via Oman might be the last hope for peace. Because the alternative? A war the world isn't ready for.
Stay alert.
The Middle East just became the world's pressure valve, again.